Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, American Idol alum David Archuleta opens up about a personal struggle he's had for years. Then,
Wasabi is the Best in Show winner.
a recap of the Westminster Dog Show. It's all in the hot dish. Then, she's as sweet and delightful as her pies. Rose Mcgee is back, and so are her legendary sweet potato pies. She'll join us live. And like so many of you, I watched the musical extravaganza In the Heights over the weekend. I'll have my review and why star Anthony Ramos is just getting started. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Good morning, Bryceland. Good morning, Cokato. I should say Cokato. And good morning to our capital city, the beautiful St. Paul. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and Taco Bell's Employee of the Month, Kendall Mark, everyone.
Hi.
Love the bell.
I know you do, and you know that I'm a John's girl.
I know, and I appreciate the Taco Johns too, but can I speak to the people? I bring it up for a reason. I need to speak to the good people of Taco Bell, and I represent America on this. We can't agree on anything anymore,
Right.
but we can agree on this.
Okay.
Bring back the Mexican pizza. Seriously, bring back the Mexican pizza. During the pandemic, Taco Bell changed their menu, like a lot of restaurants did, you know, but they took away that beautiful disc of goodness, that beautiful cheesy disc of heaven. They got rid of it, and it's an outrage. There's other things on that menu no one orders.
Like what?
What?
Like what?
I don't know, the cheesy gordita crunch, you know? I'm just joking. I said that because I knew Jeff would, and Colin loves it too. But there are other things on that menu no one likes.
I suppose.
But you got rid of the Mexican pizza. How dare you, Taco Bell? How dare you?
How dare you? Do you know that there's this thing that they make Liberties and Red Wing? They make this fruit pizza, and it's only at the River City Days Festival. It's like a line out the door for it every single year. So I feel very strongly about that. So I can only imagine how you feel about a taco pizza.
Where is this
never
at?
get it again.
Red Wing.
The River City Days, it's our town festival, beginning of August. They have a little food tent with all the local restaurants, and Liberties has this fruit pizza.
We should go. It's River Days, it's called?
River City Days.
River City Days. You and I should go. May I be your date?
Yeah, what if they let us be in the parade? I know the mayor.
Is that good like
Hi,
this?
Mike.
Of course you know the mayor.
Mike Wilson.
Of course she knows
Great
the
guy.
mayor.
Hi, Mike.
She knows the city clerk.
Hi,
She knows
Jeanette.
the mayor. She knows the postmaster general.
His wife's even better. Hi,
Yeah.
Jeanette. Love you.
Hey, you know we love our crew here, and before we continue with the festivities, tomorrow is a big day here because photographer Eric, who's been living in a bunker in his house, his wife doesn't let him come out. He's like a little mole. He's been living in his basement for what, a year and 6 months now?
Yep.
Photographer Eric is returning to the studio tomorrow for the first time in a year and a half. You know, his wife is letting him out of the house. But that means, sadly, and you hear me reference him every day, we're saying goodbye. Now, he's not leaving Fox 9, but we're saying goodbye to Adam, who's been giving us beautiful shots on our highly expensive jib camera. He's been giving us beautiful shots. There it is. There's a shot right there. He's been giving us shots all season long. He's a great guy, one of the nicest crew members we have here. And I love a good camera shot, and he knows that. There he is right there.
Hi.
It's his last day here on the show. We're going to miss him. And one more goodbye. Tyler's leaving too. He's going to be opening up a selection of nail salons.
Good for you, Tyler.
Oh, I'm hearing that's not true.
Oh.
He's going to be still here. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that, Tyler. I thought it was a nail salon you're opening up. Anyway, we're going to miss Adam, and we're glad to welcome Eric back to the studio and his Nutter Butters clothes. Oh, I'm not ready for this jelly.
I asked him why he wasn't coming back Monday. I
Yeah.
was like, why Tuesday? On Monday, he's like, oh, I'm doing a big Flag Day celebration.
Of course he is. He's just,
Okay.
I love that man more than anything.
Okay.
Let's get started. Roll it, Leo. It's time for the hot dish. Now, I did that on purpose, and you'll find out why later in the show. First up, David Archuleta became a household name when he finished second on season 7 of American Idol. Remember, it was the Davids. It was the Battle of the Davids. You were in elementary school, don't worry about it. Now he's revealing something about himself. For the first time on social media, he talked about his sexuality. He said that he came out to his family as gay in 2014, but since then he noticed, and this is kind of his writing, that he has similar feelings about men and women. And he said he doesn't really have many sexual desires. This is so weird to read about Archuleta. And is mostly asexual. Now, here's the deal. It hasn't been easy for him because he grew up in a really religious family in Utah. But he's hoping by coming out, the topic of sexuality will become less taboo. Look, we don't get overly deep often on the show, but you know, look, I know a thing or two about the coming out journey, and I am so happy for him because there is a struggle, and I'm glad he's talking about this aspect of the coming out experience for those who their religion sometimes conflicts with what their truth is, you know, and that's hard. By the grace of God, literally, I didn't have that. I didn't grow up in an overly religious household, so I didn't have that hurdle. I do, however, have a lot of friends in Mr. Archuleta's position that it's the tug and it's the pull, and it's like you want to be faithful to your faith, but also you want to be truthful to yourself. And it's a balancing act that's really hard for folks. He's going to help a lot of people.
Yeah.
He really, really is.
I think absolutely. And the fact that he's acknowledging that I came from this, I still am this, and this is how I feel.
Yep.
Love yourself too. And I became a pretty famous person, you know, and I'm successful. And I think that that's big.
I just hate hearing anyone, in one of his lines, I'm paraphrasing, said, you know, I've been struggling with this for 20 years. That breaks my heart, because that's wasted time. You know, it's a lot of wasted time for anyone to not have the ability to just stand tall in their self. And that's fundamentally what it is. And when I talked about it with family members that didn't quite agree or understand gay folks, that's what I said. Just imagine not being able to walk through life as yourself. Just think about that concept. And it's just the lies and the mental toll that takes on anyone. So bravo to Mr. Archuleta. I'm a fan anyway. I've always liked David. And by the way, if I may lighten this up by saying this, David has an unbelievable Christmas album. I've said this on the radio show. He has one of my favorite Christmas albums.
Really?
He comes here often. I would like to invite him on the show. David, please come to the show. Would love to chat with you.
Christmas song.
He's a nice guy. I've interviewed him via sat. Very kind man. Was raised by a good mother, great family. So yeah. Next in the dish, HBO Max is becoming a favorite among TV watchers. It is. And the streamer can thank Monica and Rachel and Phoebe and Ross and Joey and Chandler. The reunion, that reunion right there, brought in more subscribers than hits like Zack Snyder's Justice League Supercut, brought in more than Godzilla vs. Kong, and brought in more than Mortal Kombat. Apparently, the signups were driven by ladies. They're accounting for 57% of new subscribers compared to just 43% in the 8 weeks before. But listen to this. Wonder Woman 84 is still HBO Max's golden goose, bringing in more than double the number of new signups as Friends. And that debuted in late December. And that movie is a burning, fire-breathing trash box of a motion picture, and it still brought in people.
Tell me how you really feel about that one.
It's awful. Awful. I would rather land in a gopher trap than watch that again.
Land in a gopher trap, Jason?
Yeah. You know, the little things you put in the ground. Then anyway, it's horrible. But this is fascinating. I'll own my stuff. On here when HBO Max debuted, you'll remember, I thought it was clunky.
Yep.
I didn't think there were enough titles. There weren't enough options. Now, I go to it a lot. Like Hacks, I've talked about it with Gene Smart. I finished it last night, by the way. I love you, Gene Smart. But I find myself going to HBO Max a lot more. Oh, by the way, I still need to give you my password.
He says this like he's actually going to do it.
Let me set a reminder.
Okay.
Alexa, remind me.
That's not Alexa, it's Siri, so you don't mean it.
Next. The dogs were dressed to the nines last night at the Westminster Dog Show, but only one could be awarded Best in Show. Right there. Wasabi, the Pekingese, won the top award, and he comes from a long line of top dogs. His grandpapa won Best in Show all the way back in 2012. His father won Best in Toy Group, and last year his mother, Sushi, was ranked #1 show dog in the country. Yeah, whatever. Let's talk about the French Bulldog, Matthew. First of all, I love dogs with human names. Second, did you see the French won Best in Group, the non-working group?
I love how the non-working
group. He's a little beige, a little white Frenchie, all white, cuter than a bug in a rug. No offense, Mr. Big, if my Frenchie's watching at home. That dog should have won. I know I'm a little biased, but
a little
biased, but that dog should have won. The Pekingese keeps winning.
I know. It's the hair. It's oh gosh, you know what it reminds me of? Plumette in Beauty and the Beast. You know, she moves like this. That's what they remind me of.
Plumette. I was like, is that a condition? Or what is that?
No, just a duster.
Something for a rash or something? I got to take care of my Plumette. Is there a doctor in the house? My Plumette is acting up.
It's Plumette.
Okay, whatever. But the Frenchie, go look up Matthew. We can't show you a photo or we'll be charged a lot of money.
A lot.
But go look up little Matthew, I think with 1 T. That Frenchie should have won the whole thing.
Matthew with 1 T.
Matthew with 1 T. By the way, we got to go to break, but this is how trifling people in this building are.
Yes.
Remember on Friday when we had our giant stuffed animal, TB, sitting right here? Stolen. Adam, take a shot. Leo, take a shot. Do you see the dog anywhere in this studio?
Lost dog.
No. Somebody came in here in the weekend and were like, oh, this would be good for my kid, and stole it.
And we haven't had time to have him microchipped yet, so if he's wandering the streets, no one will know it's ours.
Well, luckily, this whole building has security cameras. We will be extensively going through that security camera, and we will shame whoever stole it on live television. We'll be right back. Stay with us, everybody. Still ahead. Is Bennifer still a thing? TMZ has the latest on the couple everyone is talking about. Not really, I just wanted to sound dramatic there. Then, baking is her love language. One of my favorite guests of all time, Rose Mcgee from Sweet Potato Comfort Pies, is back. And you asked, we are answering. From chicken wings, time for the hot dish. Okay, now roll it, Leo. Here we go, there we go. To my hot dish spoon. The Jason Show mailbag is overflowing. That and more when we come back.
10. Okay, ready or not, here I come.
Here I am.
Michelle, come here. Now, we're gonna have to have a little chat, you and I. See, the name of the game is hide and go seek. You're playing hide and say, here I am. Capiche?
Capiche.
All right. Let's play again, but this time I'll hide and you come seek me, okay? Okay, so you count to 3. Cover your eyes. Cover your... Nope, no peeking. No peeking. All right, ready? All right, count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here I am.
Welcome back. A clip from Full House. And that's Mary Kate or Ashley or Michelle or Elizabeth. And believe it or not, listen to this. The twins turned 35 yesterday. Oh, they were cast on the show when they were just 6 months old. Yeah, please.
I loved them growing up.
I'm sure you did. Let me guess, you had all the VHSs.
Every single one of them, and we kept them like perfectly in order.
While you were watching that, Jeff and I were in college. Just let that sink in right there. Yeah. My 30th high school reunion is next year. I got the first notification.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That is like a trippy moment.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Then I proceeded to drink a lot of tequila. You know, on Mondays, we get a special serving of hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Please give it up for Brad from TMZ. Hi, Brad.
Good morning, Jason. I love the Monday morning nostalgia there with the Full House. Pretty awesome.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's your generation, too. They were everything. Everywhere and everything those girls were.
The movies, Passport to Paris, all that. I had 2 sisters, too, so I knew all about the Olsen twins.
Look at Brad pulling out a specific title, Passport to Paris. Let's talk about Meghan Markle's dad. He has thoughts on that Oprah interview 4 months later.
Yeah, Thomas Markle back in the headlines. And like you said, it is odd that it came so many months after the interview. And he was on a show in Australia, and they talked to him about that Oprah and Harry and Meghan piece. And he said, you know what? I think Oprah is only taking advantage of the couple. He said that Harry is a weakened person right now, and Oprah is capitalizing on that, trying to grow her brand, her network, her shows, by using Harry and Meghan to do so. Now, if you've kind of followed this history, you know that Oprah has been close with Harry for a lot of years. So it's not like something that she just kind of swooped in and decided to do this interview. This is a relationship that they've built over a long time.
And he does realize it's Oprah Winfrey. Like, how much? Why does she doesn't need to build anything? What do you mean build?
That's the thing. It's funny to hear him say she needs to build her own network. She already has her own network. She's had her own network, and like you said, doesn't need to build anything. It's just it's Thomas Markle.
Yeah, she's in Maui. She's sitting in Maui. She doesn't care about anything.
She's all right.
She's all right. Rob Riggle, scary situation regarding his estranged wife. What's this?
This is a really bizarre court filing that we got a hold of, Jason, in Rob Riggle's divorce. He claims that his now estranged wife, Tiffany, they were married for about 21 years or so before she filed for divorce. He claims that she was spying on him. He said, look, I first noticed that about $28,000 was missing from a safe spot in my home. And then after that, he kind of felt that he was being watched. Sure enough, he claims that he had inspectors come over to the home, and they found in a smoke detector a camera and an audio recording device which had more than 10,000 different videos and audio recordings. So now it's kind of, we want to see if this is going to go criminal, kind of what the next steps will be. We have not yet heard from Tiffany's side, and they haven't really filed anything in response to these documents. But like I said, just a really bizarre kind of legal filing in this divorce, and it's sure to get even messier from here out.
On the other side of the couple spectrum, please, on behalf of a thirsty nation, please give us the latest on Bennifer.
You know, there was a little bit of worry last week because these two have spent pretty much every waking minute together. And then we saw J-Lo over in Miami. Ben Affleck was in Vegas. And we thought, uh-oh, they're spending time apart. Are they not together? Well, rest assured, Ben was seen taking his motorcycle over to J-Lo's LA home over the weekend. So it appears the two are just gone for some work commitments. They're back in the same city, and they're back together. So Bennifer fans, some good news for you.
Oh, I just feel lighter now knowing that, Brad.
You can sleep tonight.
I can sleep tonight. Have a good week, my friend.
You too, Jason. Thanks.
Brad from TMZ. Get more at tmz.com. Why do we give an aardvark's arse about Meghan Markle's dad? Can I ask that question?
I don't know.
I didn't want to offend Brad. Brad comes here. His job is to deliver us stories. We listen to the stories. But I don't give an aardvark's arse about Meghan Markle's father.
Right? And like the next story, can we talk about these rich people? Oh, I found $28,000 was missing. $28,000 was missing?
Yeah.
And I just found out. What?
Yeah.
Rich people.
I really don't care. Why do we care? I barely care about her sometimes. It's a Will and Grace quote. Will, I barely like you. How do you think I feel about the brother? Anyway, but Karen says that to Will about his brother. But anyway, I barely care about Meghan on a good day, and I like her. I'm team Harry and Meghan, but I barely care about her. Please.
I know, he just doesn't know when to stop talking.
Yeah, well, this proves it's all about publicity. Mm-hmm. He had nothing to say when the interview was, what, March?
Right.
4 months you waited?
Right. And about the baby, like, come on.
And leave.
It's your grandchild. Stop
it's not
it.
a good look attacking I don't care how bad the relationship it is.
Right.
It's not a good look there, Papa. Next in the dish, the late night shows are getting back to normal. Andy Cohen welcomed guests and his audience back last night. He was joined by actress Uzo. I'll be able to talk by 10:30. And Broadway actor John Benjamin Hickey. Look.
Have you ever been starstruck during a performance when you looked out at the crowd and saw a celebrity?
Have I ever been starstruck by someone in the audience?
Yeah, okay.
I did a long time ago, 20-some years ago, at the beginning of our friendship, I did a revival of the musical Cabaret. And I did it with the great Natasha Richardson and Alan Cumming. And one night in the audience, Madonna was there. Wow. And we were all so excited that she was there. and there were kind of lights on the
end
audience.
Of this story. Go on.
And Madonna proceeded to sit and braid her hair through the entire performance. Our leading lady,
I know
Natasha
a lady who
Richardson,
was not happy.
came backstage with steam coming out of her ears. How dare she? And she was absolutely right. If you're going to come to the theater, don't sit and braid your hair. Have some.
Yeah, I like Madge, but I mean, that's stupid. You know, I don't like that word, but that's ridiculous.
It really is. If it was anyone else in the entire world too, you'd think the same thing.
Oh, yeah, I would totally call it. I mean, braiding your hair and you're Madonna. So if you were like Becky or Sue and you're in the back and but you're blonde, or depending on the color of hair at the time that she had,
right,
probably sitting in the front row because you're Madonna, you know you're making a spectacle of yourself. See, that's what bothers me.
Right.
You know that the actors know who you are, and there you are doing your little Swiss Miss crap, you know?
Swiss Miss crap. Like the hot chocolate or the hair or the, what's happening?
Yeah. Oh, I'm just playing a little Pippi Longstocking. Colbert returns tonight. I'm so excited to see Colbert back in the Ed Sullivan Theater. I'm excited eventually. Jeff has been hearing rumors. There's nothing confirmed yet, but we're working on maybe. Just gave him a Sanford and Son heart attack over there. He thought I was just going to let the cat out of the bag. There is no cat. But we're working with the bosses on getting our audience back. Right now it's empty. Adam can probably take a shot. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. Look at it.
It looks so sad like that.
Chirp, chirp. We're hoping to welcome you back soon. The bosses are working on it. Right now, they're very, very busy with Fox 9 Town Ball. So as soon as that gets done, everybody's working on that, the whole staff. They've even pulled people from Fox Chicago to work on Fox 9 Town Ball. So as soon as that's done, then maybe we'll do this. Next in the dish, we're remembering every time I make fun of Town Ball, Jeff loses a year of his life. Gets a little grayer.
Sorry, Jeff.
Why do you think I do it? We're remembering Ned Beatty this morning, the actor who appeared in more than 160 movies. Think about, died over the weekend. He was 83. He was nominated for an Oscar for his role in Network, where he played the chairman of the board. Look at this.
No longer live in a world of nations and ideologies, Mr. Beale. The world is a college of corporations, inexorably determined by the immutable bylaws of business. The world is a business, Mr. Beale. It has been since man crawled out of the slime.
Such a good movie. He also appeared in Deliverance, Superman, All the President's Men, and Rudy, as well as a Roseanne. He was in everything. He died in Los Angeles, but also had a home in Northwest Minnesota. He was one utility player. Sounds like I'm not giving him due credit, but he was so, and this is overused too, very versatile. Mm-hmm. That man could do anything. He could do Superman, then he could do Deliverance, which, and then he could do Network, and then move to TV effortlessly. He was just a good utility player, the Ned Beatty was.
Mm-hmm.
So
stars with longevity that don't always have to be the center of attention.
Yes.
They're just awesome.
They're good. Yeah. Ooh, Deliverance. Anyway, we're going to take a break. No. Never watched that movie. We're going to take a break. We'll be back following these very important messages.
Don't you know things will change, things will go your way if you hold on for one more day. Can you hold on for one more day? Things will go your way. Hold on for one more day.
Welcome back. How's that for a flashback, everyone? 31 years ago today, Wilson Phillips topped the Billboard charts with their debut song, Hold On. It went on to be the most successful single of 1990. Poor Carney Wilson, they treated her so poorly on that music video set. They're at the beach.
Yeah.
And the other women are wearing beachwear.
Yeah.
And they make her wear like an Afghan.
A full-on Afghan.
It's so bad. Oh, sorry that you're not a size 2. So let's make you.
Oh, that's why?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so mean.
Horrible, horrible. Welcome back. Look at this. We haven't sat like this close for a year and, 9 months.
It is weird.
We're both vaccinated.
Yes.
I've had my rabies shot.
Oh, me too.
I've been spayed and neutered.
Oh, I
Yes.
haven't done that yet.
So We're good.
Okay.
May I just touch your finger? Bing. Look at that. Yeah. Time to see what you have to say about the show. We're opening up the mailbag. Roll it, Leo.
You've got mail.
First up, a message from Nancy. Hi, Nancy. She says, Jason, my 94-year-old mother loves your show so much. While watching today, she commented that she wishes you would have the spoon looking like it actually is in the hot dish, like you used to. Okay, now, look, I never try to judge what people notice about the show. So maybe the 94-year-old is right. Let's see how I've been using the spoon lately. This is a montage of last week's spoon usage. Okay, she's right there. Okay, I'm not really dipping the spoon. Let's see. Okay, now this one. Nope, I'm just whipping it up like I'm making whipped cream. Let's see this one. This one is, what am I doing? Oh, I'm
still not.
Whipping it again. Is that it? Do we have one more? I think there's, no, that's it. So she's right.
I like the wave.
I know. So did you notice this morning?
Yes.
I dipped correctly.
He scooped it up.
I'm not in the business. I don't want to upset grandmothers. That's not what I want to do.
No.
She's 94.
No.
She doesn't need me upsetting her. Next, Darcy has a comment. Hi, Darcy. Jason, just saw your favorite restaurant and is open again and how much you love it. Please take Picky Nicky Ted. Please take Picky Nicky Ted and give us his review. Now, what restaurant did she go to? Bar La Grassa.
Oh, BLG.
Now, here's the deal. No, Ted looked at the menu. This is what he did this morning. He goes, I looked at the menu.
To Bar La Grassa?
To Bar La Grassa.
Who does that? It's
Ted.
like Italian.
You know who does it? Picky Nicky. Picky Nicky.
I'll go with you.
Will you?
Yes.
Okay. More food talk, this time from Maggie. Hi, Maggie. She writes, hey, Jason, are the wings at Serums seriously that good? And what day do you go? Yeah, let me tell you, I'll give you my exact schedule. No, because at Serums, that's where that drunk woman sat in our booth.
On your lap.
She sat in my lap and proceeded to drink my mother-in-law's beer. Grabbed the beer and drank the, anyway. So are they that good? Yes, they're that good. My favorite flavors are garlic-a-lotta, ranch-a-lotta, Ragin' Cajun, and Thai.
Someone else told me they love Serums too, and I was like, that's Jason's favorite place.
Get them extra crispy. There we go. Next, a strong reaction from people after finding out Kendall has never seen the movie Pretty Woman. Rita writes, hi Rita, was she born and raised in a cave?
A barn, actually. Get it right, Rita.
Was she born in a cave? That's the best movie ever. But I mean, look, Kendall did get some supporters. Connie, am I the only person that absolutely hated this movie? You don't need to see it, Kendall. But Connie?
She hated it.
I don't mean to be rude to viewers, but you're absolutely wrong. Yeah. It's really good. But in your defense, you were 2.
When did it come out?
91.
I was an infant.
Yes.
Infinitesimal. However, everyone dresses up as the costume. Is there like a part in it that Julia Roberts wears some costume, some outfit?
Well, she's a hooker. I mean, I don't know if there's
she wears a hooker
She's
outfit.
a hooker. I don't know if there's I don't know if you can go to Party City and like, with like the hooker costume, but she plays a hooker.
It's a great hooker costume.
As hooker costumes go. I don't know. I don't know how we're grading that. Finally, a question from Kendall we got several times. Becky says, hey, Kendall, on Friday, May 28th, Kendall had on a red lipstick, which was stunning. Can you please tell me the name of the company where you got it and the shade? I think I could rock it. I'm sure you could, Becky. Kendall?
Yes, you could, Becky. It's by MAC. M-A-C, that's the brand, and it's called Ruby Woo. It is their #1 red. I think it's honestly one of their #1 all-time sellers. So why are you laughing at
Because
me?
Ruby Woo sounds like...
Ruby Woo!
Ruby Woo sounds like whoever named it was drunk when they named it, and let's call it Ruby Woo.
Let's just go, Ruby Woo, girl!
What should we name our new lipstick? Ruby Woo?
Yes.
That's it. No, but you get a lot out of all the wardrobe comments, you get asked about your lipstick a lot.
All the time. Almost all the lipsticks I wear are MAC. I'm not like sponsored by them. I just like their lipstick. It stays on really well. More you know.
Yeah, the only thing people ask about ties and my suits.
Yep.
The King brothers, but I don't go to them anymore because they cheated on me. They cheated on me with another television personality.
Who?
So I get all my suits now from the Jacqueline Smith collection at Kmart. That's right.
Do they still have Kmart's?
No, they're going away, sadly. Just saying.
Sad.
Yeah, but they cheated on me. Nope. You can stay connected with our show on social media. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and the Twitter, Jason Show TV, and our personal accounts too, Jason Matheson and Kendall Mark. There's always something goofy going on there. And on our show account, Kendall usually posts what happens during the commercial break. So go to our Instagram for that. We're going to take a break. Hopefully our good friend Rose Mcgee will join us in just a little bit. Back in a moment, everybody. Thanks for the emails this week. Come on, Kendall, let me show you down.
I ain't gonna say it twice. Turn up the street lights. We taking the flight to a couple of days in the life for what it's like in Washington Heights.
That is a clip from the opening scene of the new musical, In the Heights. It opened in theaters and on HBO Max this weekend. Welcome back. The movie is based on Lin-Manuel Miranda's Tony Award-winning musical. It follows a young man who owns a bodega in the Washington Heights neighborhood of Manhattan. Anthony Ramos plays the title role. Here's a little bit of it.
Last night in the hood.
Yesterday, I watched it with Colin, and I will just say, this is his favorite. Bottom line, period on the end of the sentence. He's a big musical guy. He actually thinks this is better than Hamilton as far as Lin-Manuel Miranda is concerned. Look, I don't know about that. I think I need to see the stage production and listen to the music more to really feel as emotional. Colin cried 3 times.
Really?
He didn't even cry 3 times at our wedding. He cried well, actually, he probably did. What am I doing? Anyway, but I mean, obsessed. He left on Thursday night to have a party with his friend. They've been counting down. So I think I need to see the musical on stage to feel the connection that Colin and so many people feel, because everybody's raving about this. I liked it. Capital L liked it. I need to see it again to, I think, move into the love category.
Okay.
Yeah, the music, infectious. That's an overused term, but really, you do kind of, I did kind of sit up and I was like, You can't help but love the staging. And this is really a modern musical. This isn't an old MGM. The staging of it and the creative way they use the camera. And it makes it look believable, because, you know, people always laugh, as people are singing on the streets. It makes sense in the way they directed it. John Chu directed it. It all works, and the performances are great. Anthony Ramos almost loved more than the movie itself. Anthony was on CBS this morning. He was one of the big profiles. He talked about growing up in public housing in Brooklyn and the pressure he feels now that he's becoming a big old star. Look at this.
One of the main characters is Nina, who leaves the old neighborhood to find her own path. For Ramos, it's a familiar journey.
She's also talking about the pressure that she feels.
1000%.
Do you feel that pressure?
For sure. Because any minute you feel like you lose it. You know, especially when you grow up feeling like one good thing happens and 2 bad things happen. You know, it's wild. Sometimes I feel like, you know, I'm the one who made it out. I'm a part of a group of people who can tell the stories.
He also talked about, you know, they called him franchise, he and his brother, because they both loved baseball and he loved singing and dancing. And they called him franchise because he was in a whole bunch of baseball teams. But he really, you know, perseverance is what he had. I mean, he wanted to kind of escape the rough aspects of where he was growing up. And he's like, I got to get out of here. I got to do better. I'm paraphrasing, but I got to do better than what I'm seeing around me. And he did it. And he's fantastic. I mean, he really is. I mean, this whole cast is wonderful in this movie. And our good friend, you know, there's a whole bunch of cameos. Lin-Manuel Miranda's in it. And then there's a great cameo, you know, our good friend Paige Davis. Her husband, Patrick Page, is a Broadway legend. Patrick Page is in it, and I was like, Patrick's in it. And then there's Lin-Manuel Miranda, and there's a whole bunch of little cameos sprinkled throughout it. You have to see it. It's a little long, so make sure you prepare yourself. It's like 2:30 in that area. So it is commit. Sit down and commit. And it's also one of those I think I need to see in the theater. Loud and big, and so the music kind of gets to you. So you might like it.
I'd probably love it.
Yeah.
I love musicals.
Yeah, then you'll love this. In the Heights is in theaters, and like I said, on HBO Max now. Send Kendall HBO Max password.
Who are you sending that to? Is it?
Oh, Alex Kendall.
Yeah, see.
We'll be right back. Stay with us, everybody. You're Kendall. It's not Alex Kendall. Oh. Somebody sassy in this studio. Our next guest has been making sweet potato pies and handing them out to the community since 2014. And she's back on our show promoting an event this Friday in St. Paul. Please welcome back to our show that lady right there, our good friend, the beautiful, talented, loving, et cetera, Rose Mcgee from Sweet Potato Comfort Pies. Hi, Rose.
Hi, Jason.
How you doing? You and I was thinking about this. You and I haven't spoken. I think you were on the show during during our home shows. So that was probably early on in the pandemic. So let me just start with a status check. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I got my 2 shots and I'm feeling pretty good, getting out and about more, because you know how it's been.
Yes.
We've been feeling in clothes. I'm especially happy today because my granddaughter has been able to come and travel from California. Her parents too, they're important.
But really the lead is the granddaughter. The lead.
Yes, little Bentley, absolutely.
Now, you're here not just to say hi, but you have an event coming up. Will you tell the folks about the event, Rose?
You know, Jason, first of all, it's good to see you too, and you're looking good. I really love your beard, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Fabulous.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I won't call it COVID beard because I think you had a little before COVID.
Yes.
It's very, very nice on you. But yeah, you know, we're in what we refer to as Juneteenth time frame. And it's very important for African Americans in particular in this country, because when Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation freeing the captives, many chose not to comply with that. And that was around the Texas area. So it was almost 3 years, if you can believe that, before the people who were held as slaves in that area learned about their freedom. And when they learned about it, it was on or around the 19th of June, thus the term Juneteenth.
And then this event is commemorating and remembering that. What do you, I know I'm asking, not know, like I don't know, but your pies will be, I would imagine, center stage at the event?
Well, what's happening is we don't want to confuse this with the traditional Juneteenth ceremonies that are going on in Minneapolis.
Yes.
Because that's Saturday the 19th. But this is just another celebration. So the sweet potato, we're calling it the Sweet Potato Comfort Pie Jubilee. And we're doing it in partnership with the 25th Annual Peace Celebration Committee. And that's quite an honor as well. So we began actually this past weekend by having a sweet potato pie bake-off. And then last night we had part 2 of that, where people who were able to share their stories. So not only were those pies judged on taste and appearance and creativity, but the story. And that's the power of what all of this is about, is people being able to just share who they are. So our top 3 winners, I have to share their names with you if you don't mind.
Please, no, let's give them a shout out.
One of the top winner was vegan. I'm finding myself going, really, a vegan pie? Not only was it vegan, it was purple. And of course, only in Minnesota, right? But Miss Tonda Sizwe Jackson Nissen with this beautiful pie, and all the judges were just so excited about it. They were telling everybody, you got to taste this one. But the second runner-up was just as powerful. Miss Maya Sullivan, who is another wonderful baker in the Twin Cities. And Jubilee Jackson, who's the mother of Tonda Cesarway Jackson, but Jubilee, she was the third place. And she'll tell you in a minute, it wasn't me, I was influenced by my daughter. So those were the top three winners of our baking category. So we're excited about that because what we wanted to do, Jason, there's so much pain and sadness going on in the community. And what we wanted to do was something uplifting and inspirational. So that's why this event coming up on Friday, June 18th, from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Everything is free. We're looking at the word freedom, right?
Yeah.
So there won't be vendors selling things, and there's nothing wrong with that, but we just didn't want that for Saturday. We just wanted people to come, learn about things that maybe they don't know. We are so honored to have RIM 5, who's right here in St. Louis Park, Brother Amir out there, is providing the setup, the technology, those cameras, you know. So Adam Davis Mcgee, who now resides in Los Angeles, produced a film called In Protest. And what they did was gather protest footage from Los Angeles, Atlanta, Minnesota, and also out in DC. And so people will have a chance to watch footage from that during this time with the cameras.
Rose, Rose, we have about, I didn't mean to interrupt you, we have only about a half hour, we only have about 30 seconds. For people that haven't seen you on the show before, what I love, and you talk about the healing, that was the catalyst for the pies to begin with. That's kind of why they're called comfort pies. Am I right on that, Rose?
Absolutely. And we'll have plenty of pie there for people to have free.
Yeah. I didn't even know you're listed, and I'm sure they're great. All the other ladies making pies, I didn't know there was another sweet potato pie but yours, so yours is the only one I know of, so that's it. I applaud the other ladies.
That's the only one you should really know.
Well, I love you. Please come back when we can get guests back in here. I want to give you a hug. I miss you, so please come back and see us.
Yes, and thank you so much for all that you do and all the wonderful people that you have on your show. You have a great show.
Thank you. We try, and that really means a lot to me. Rose, thank you. I'll see you soon.
Thank you. Take care.
You too. SweetPotatoComfortPie.org for more. We're going to take a break. We'll wrap things up right after this. Love her. Look at us, sitting very close to each other.
So close.
So close, yet so far away.
So far.
Welcome back. Hey, don't forget you can watch full episodes of our show on YouTube. We post each day's episodes along with clips from the show. Just search The Jason Show and hit subscribe. You ready for the bubblegum goodbye? Mm-hmm. Do you prefer traveling with a small group or a larger group? Oh. The answer when we return. Back in a moment, everyone. I guess it depends on. Do you prefer to travel in a large group or a small group? Kendall Mark.
I went on a trip to Mexico once, and I went on a different trip to Europe when I was younger, and they were so fun, and they were with a huge group of people. But I think as an adult, I'd prefer just smaller, because you can do more then.
Yes.
And less people to appease.
Exactly. Everyone has their own agenda.
Right.
I prefer smaller too.
Yeah.
I went with a large group to Chicago in a van, and it ended 3 friendships. 3 friendships.
You sandwiched into a van. Of course it's gonna end.
Yeah, it was horrible.
It was horrible.
I mean, we have stories forever, but it literally did end 3 relationships. 3 friends, yeah.
Note to self, don't take your friends in a van to Chicago.
There's the lesson for us all. There we go, yeah. Hey, tomorrow on the show, Thrifty Traveler is back. Hey, it's Thrifty.
Hey.
It was his birthday yesterday.
Was it?
Yes, happy birthday, Jared. It's his first post-COVID trip, and he's gonna tell us how that went, and we can learn from his experience.
Learn from the success and the not success.
Yes, just don't go any place where you could get swallowed by a whale. You saw that story?
Oh my gosh.
I think it's fake. He wasn't swallowed by no whale. No.
He ain't no Jonah.
No, we're gonna find out. He didn't get swallowed by a whale.
He's calling him a liar.
I'm just saying.
Confused?
Confused. That's it. That's going to do it for us today. It was good to see you again this close.
I know. I got to remember how to sit in this chair.
You look beautiful, just like that. Yeah. That's going to do it for us. If you're a kid watching and you're being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Come on, Kendall, let's get out of here.
Okay.
Let's go to Shake Shack.
Okay.